festivals, food, music, dance. We are celebrating diverse cultures and an open house at a local health department and lots more in this edition of Connected Colorado. Hello everyone, I'm Gary Shapiro. We are here at the Aurora History Museum's Mosaic of Cultures exhibit. We're going to learn a lot more about that coming up in just a bit. But first, the participants at Denver's Kamal Heritage Food Incubator are learning the skills to start their own business.
It's not a regular restaurant. I think that it's magical what we're doing for people.
My goal is to have a small place to cook my food, the clients come to enjoy it or make caterings.
Kamal is a restaurant with great food. When customers come, they have the great experience. The food tastes amazing. And besides being one of the best restaurants, we are also a food incubator. Our program accepts immigrants, refugees from various countries. Right now we have participants from Colombia, Venezuela, El Salvador, Mexico, La India.
Kamal is something very special for me because I come in the very no good moment in my life. I was not feel security. I was not believe many things.
So it's a 1 to 3 year program. It's a skills program. We have lessons on Mondays virtually, or we have them at Kamal. So those lessons usually are to learn how to do your taxes, maybe marketing for your business. Today was computer skills. We have brought in Bonfire. Bonfire, everybody say hi. They're volunteers. They're gonna help us with our computer class. If necessary, we provide a translator to make sure that everybody is learning what they have to learn. We fit their needs. It's not them fitting our needs. It's making sure that Kamal is going to give them the skills that they need to be successful.
I learned many things, because it's like some classes, but they teach us how to build a business. We're licensed. That's very important because to reach your goals. Because without that one, it's more difficult because you don't know where you can go. If I not take this class, I didn't know what had to do, And it's better we start to do the correct things.
We're going to just do a review on Google Classroom to make sure that everybody is logged on and you can save your login information on your computers. The ultimate goal that Kamal has for the participants is once they graduate from the program, that they're able to have their own food business, that they're successful in that food business. There has been several successful businesses started from Kamal, and we're very proud of that. We want to continue with that.
For me, I learned for my mom and my grandma, and Kamal helped me to put in how to sell, because they teach us not only come to practice here, because that's the point. They help us to come in and to practice every day. And the thing is, like, you can really to know what can happen, what you'd expect to happen in the real restaurant. I think it's a very good tool for us.
What does it feel like when you see somebody enjoying the food you made them?
It's good because I think to see the people enjoy that, this made me remember my mom. Oh, this is made me my grandma. And we feel like it's chills for us to receive that kind of compliment.
While they are learning these skills, mastering what they came in here knowing, which is their heritage food, they get to bring those ideas and they expand it and they put it in a menu, and we allow them, the participants, to see their creations on a menu and cook that daily for customers. We don't want to just throw you out there in the world. We want to make sure that when you graduate, you actually are getting the skills that you can from us We are providing the resources. It's up to them to, if they want to follow through and actually do what we are teaching them, which most of them do.
I appreciated Comal Alexis. For me, I only had the good memories from here to share and be thankful how they helped me a lot, you know.
There's several ways that people can support Comal, that can support the program, but the main goal is to have customers. We offer breakfast now. We are open Monday through Friday. We have catering. We want you to have the best experience at Comal.
Now we're with Benicia Stresta, who is with the Colorado Nepalese community. Thanks for inviting us. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Talk a little bit about this wonderful exhibit.
So the whole exhibit is about a Mosaic of Cultures Nepali community exhibit. It is the Nepali community series, which happens every year, starting with other countries as well. So whole exhibit is about Nepali culture, history, traditions, costumes, practices, what Nepal is about, and where we come from, what it is about, where it is located. So it's a pretty unique exhibit for many people.
What would you like people to know about your home country? What would you like them to learn from this exhibit?
Of course, there's so much to learn from. I mean, so much about Nepal. Though Nepal is a small country, even smaller than Colorado, but it is so diverse. The flora and fauna is so vast. The deepest lake is in Nepal. The deepest gorge is in Nepal. 8 out of 10 top mountains, highest peaks are in Nepal. Everywhere you go, you can see the mountains. Nepali people instantly feel at home in Colorado because of the mountains.
I would love to go there someday. It just looks beautiful, and the pictures around here show that. We are in the clothing section right now, and you're wearing traditional cultural clothing. Talk a little bit about your costume here.
Well, I'm wearing a sari. It's earlier it used to be 9 yards drape, but these days it's 6 yards because it's too long. And here, this is the bridal sari, this is the casual sari. There is different kind of saris you wear each function, each celebration. And the one unique part of Nepal is Nepal has the highest number of public holidays in the world. Each week there's some festival, some gathering, some celebration going on. So for each festival, each gathering, they wear the ethnic costume like this, or whichever ethnicity they follow, they wear the festival attire. And Nepali people take great pride on their cultures. So this is also the reason that Nepal thrives on tourism. Tourism is the main income source, I can say, of the country. So this is the sari which I'm wearing, is the casual one. This is the bridal one. This is the festival one. This one is worn by a Gurung community. And this one is worn by a Sherpa community. So each one is different with each community, each function, each celebration, each festival.
It is beautiful.
Thank you so much.
I want to talk for a minute about the Sherpas, because a lot of people do know about Mount Everest and they hear about the Sherpas, but they may not know exactly that is kind of its own culture, right?
Sherpa is itself a community. It's an ethnic group. They have different costumes, different language, different festivals. So it's the whole community in Nepal who live in the Himalayan region. They have the separate language, separate cultures. There's a different kind of branding for Sherpa in the world, actually. The perception people have is when you come from Nepal, either you have already climbed Mount Everest or that you are a Sherpa. You know? As I am the native of Kathmandu, I'm a Newar. So we have a different community, entirely different language, entirely different culture, entirely different festivals. Whether be it Sherpa, whether be it Gurung, whether be Newar, are different.
Benicia, why would you like people to come see this exhibit?
Colorado alone has more than 20,000 Nepali-speaking people. The whole section here I have presented is all the festivals we celebrate in Colorado. So it's about the representation that really matters in our community, that we need to let people know that please come up, speak. I mean, you're also a citizen of this country. I felt that this exhibit is important for them to identify themselves. It's like something of your own. You're seeing that far away from your country, and then you feel like, okay, this is your home now. So many older adults, when we brought them here, they felt like, oh my God, there's Nepali language, they could read that. Some literally had tears in their eyes that something of their own has been shown in the city. And then for the younger parents, many of them had expressed their happiness that they could show something to their children that this is where we come from, this is our place, this is our language, this is our culture, this is our tradition. I would love people to know about where we come from, our identity, our representation, our culture, our tradition, the language. It's that matters.
Yeah, it's a wonderful exhibit. Whether you're from Nepal or just want to learn more about it, people can come down and do that. You did a great job with it. Thanks for sharing it with us.
You're so welcome, and thank you for this opportunity. I feel overwhelmed.
We'll learn more about the Aurora History Museum in just a couple of minutes. But first, Aurora is the most diverse city in Colorado. And every August, they hold their signature event, Global Fest. Health and hospitals, each part of an exhibit here at the Aurora History Museum. All cultures and people benefit from the works of public departments of health and environment all across Colorado. In Broomfield recently, that department held an open house to show people what it does.
We're here today at Broomfield Public Health and Environment at the Broomfield Health and Human Services building. We're doing an open house today so that the community can learn a little bit more about what Broomfield Public Health and Environment does.
Can you see this? Whoa! We process vital records Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30.
And we always try to make this a safe space.
We're working in partnership with community to really understand what are the needs of our community, what are the best approaches to be able to connect people with the health information and services that they need.
Having the ability to have our residents come out and see who those staff are, ask them questions, and be able to learn more about what we do is so important.
It's so much fun that we get to have people coming into the department and learning about the work that we're doing in a new way. Ultimately, the goal of public health is to be serving the needs of the community, so being able to have these opportunities to speak with community members helps us feel like we're doing a better job at meeting their needs.
So let's see how you did. We're doing a glow germ exercise. The idea is that we can measure how well people are washing their hands. You put some of this stuff on your hands, you rub it in, it'll glow under a UV light. We then have them go over to the sink, wash their hands. We then use the UV light and see how good they did and how much is left over on their hands. We can tell how good of a job they do and maybe help them with doing a little bit better job in the future. It's really important to us because hand washing is the #1 way to prevent the spread of disease. And so if you're properly washing your hands, you can minimize the risk of spreading diseases.
So as a nurse here at Broomfield Public Health, one of our programs that my team works on is just reaching out to the community and providing that connection between our physical, nutritional, and our mental health, and how exercise and nutrition really impact our mental health. We have a lot of information, especially programs that are free and that we're just trying to get out to the community. And this gives us that opportunity to spread the knowledge that we have.
We are talking about our substance use and mental health related services, and we're featuring our Narcan promotion and trainings that we do in the community.
But what naloxone does is it attaches onto those opioid receptors and it temporarily allows the opioids to not connect to the receptors.
People can pick up a free box of Narcan at the Broomfield Library. So we just want to make people equipped and prepared for how to respond to an opioid overdose in our community, with that ultimate goal of that everybody is worth saving, and it takes a collective impact in our community to do that.
Some of the things we've got out on display today, we've got regulations and inspection reports for all of the different programs that we've got, our nasal rangers, our pool test kits, and all of our restaurant inspection supplies. So a lot of the things that we do involve consumer protection, and I think the work we do is super important because we are directly preventing things like foodborne illness and waterborne illnesses from getting into the public and keeping them safe and healthy.
I'm here representing our youth substance use prevention work. Behind us here, we have some vaping devices that have been collected from the high schools. A lot of people don't know that vape devices are actually hazardous waste, so we have a program to help educate around that, get them from the high schools when they're confiscated, and take them to our hazardous waste. You know, it's really hard for a lot of folks to understand what youth substance use prevention work looks like on the population level and the community level. So I think this is just helping folks really understand what our work actually is.
Ooh, my favorite, just random. The health department wants to make sure that we are looking at the data at the population level so we can guide our decisions to help provide all the support needed. As a community, we want to know what's happening as a population so we can, as a health department, address the health needs.
I think a day like this is so important because the public doesn't often know a lot of the work that we're doing. When we're doing our jobs correctly, you shouldn't know that we're doing anything at all. Your food is safe, your pools are safe, your air is safe, your water is safe. So being able to showcase all of the amazing work that our team gets to do, I think is really important in helping the public know, who to contact if they do think something is wrong.
I love being a part of this because Broomfield Public Health in general really promotes getting out in the community, really promotes how can we just reach them, and gives you kind of that license, creative license to find ways to get out there and touch our community and bring the overall wellness and health of our community up.
Public health is what we do to keep people out of the medical system, to protect people's health and promote good health.
It's a chance really to spotlight the people who work in your local public health and environment department, some of the most dedicated, hardworking, knowledgeable individuals that got into this because they care about the health and well-being of their community, and that's what they do day in and day out. And they've made a career out of it. Understand what they do and why we do what we do.
Nothing sings diversity like a singing bull from Nepal, right? 3D artist expression is a thing too. And recently, the Littleton Museum hosted artist Jody Stewart to talk about her future Fabulist exhibit.
I wanted to learn how to 3D print, right? And so to learn to 3D print, you have to make digital models. So you kind of got these complex geometric shapes, and you can kind of zoom in and out and through and around these kind of wireframe forms. And I kind of became really interested in those as images in themselves. So I purchased the 3D pen at first with a view to trying to make those geometric shapes in space in real life. So taking something from the virtual world and making it physical. And the first thing I found out that you can't, because it's a handheld situation, you can't actually get perfectly straight lines. Because as you know, there are no perfectly straight lines in nature. And it wasn't as it was advertised as you could kind of draw in space. But really, it doesn't quite work that way. So I kind of had to build up with triangles and then kind of build up and up and make forms out of that. Interested in technology and how we visualize the body and bodily things and microscopic things, and in relation to kind of your physical experience. So these are 3D digital models depicting these little protein motors. Okay, so they're very microscopic processes. I'm kind of just interested in the kind of aesthetic value of it. And so you can see that kind of influence in these kind of little joiny, transitional kind of parts, and how I kind of connect two parts of things together. This is the filament. I just buy it on giant rolls. 3D printers use it. And the plastic goes in here and it kind of gets pushed through and heated up to 200 degrees, between 200 and 230, depending on the filament. And then it gets pushed out through this little extruder. And if you touch it when it's still warm, you can kind of make it adhere really well. So yeah, I kind of get my hands in there. I'm using an ice cream cone mold. And I'm wrapping it around, and this is how fast it goes. So if you think about that pink work with the cones, like each one takes, quite a long time. I don't want to tell people exactly what to think about it. I want people to just come to their own conclusions. I want to hint at something but not say out loud what they are. So really interested in that tension of using high-tech stuff in a very low-tech way. Also, it's a curiosity for me. I'm fascinated with technology, but I'm bad at it. You know what I mean? I'm fascinated with the possibilities, but I'm not a coder. I'm an everyday person. And I feel like it's a way to kind of bring it back to the human kind of everyday, using it in such an amateur way, but also creating, these kind of very kind of tactile, sensual experiences, grounded in the body, right? Because I feel like technology that, especially if you look at AI, they're very slick and smooth and perfect and ageless and spaceless, and I don't know. And I feel like I just want to resist that all the time.
We are here with Scott Williams from the Aurora History Museum, and we are sitting in a historic old trolley. This is just fabulous. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, we are sitting in Trolley Trailer 610. That's its official name. And it is also an official historic landmark as part of the landmark program with our Historic Preservation Office. And it really goes to my predecessors in making this trolley trailer happen. It's a 1913 trolley trailer, fully restored. In the early 2000s, the director of the museum and museum staff here, I was not there, was given a call through the Aurora Police Department, and they found this trolley trailer as part of a dilapidated house up near East Colfax in the Northwest Aurora area. And so from there, after things were dismantled, and along with the Aurora Museum Foundation, we said, wait a minute, this is a piece of Aurora's history. Not only is it transportation, but there's a great metaphor here of getting on board, with Aurora's history. The Aurora Museum Foundation took upon this as a volunteer project to make what you see today, a fully restored, as I said, 1913 trolley trailer. And in 2014, we got an addition to the Aurora History Museum to house Trolley Trailer 610. And this year we are, in 2024, we are celebrating its 10th anniversary. So don't miss that. That'll be on November 16th. We got an event then.
Well, they did a terrific job, that's for sure.
They did.
Aurora calls itself the world in a city. So how many different countries do you think are represented in Aurora?
I think that one statistic that I feel answers that question is 1 in 5 people in the city of Aurora are foreign born. We have over 160 languages that are spoken in Aurora public schools. That in itself, per capita, and the way that the city is really trying to promote and making this a welcoming place, that really, I think, explains the world in the city.
So if people want to come see the museum, the trolley, the cultural exhibits, what do they need to do? It's free, right?
It is. We pride ourselves that we are a free museum, and that we have education programs, events that are free. And if we do have paid programming, it's for a very good reason, and we usually try to make sure that that cost is very minimal, and we pride ourselves to do that. So we're open Tuesday through Fridays, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And we're also open on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And looking forward to a lot more associated programming with the Nepali community. The Aurora's Nepali community exhibit runs until the end of April. For sure, if you can't get to the Aurora History Museum to see some of this wonderful music, dance, food, please take a look at auroramuseum.org and track us on our social media, but we will have a closing reception in April. So those are some opportunities to come and visit us.
Okay, sounds like you got a lot of time to come on down. It is a wonderful place. Thanks for inviting us down. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thanks to the Aurora History Museum for having us out. It is a wonderful place. And we hope that you get to experience some of your local community's cultural restaurants, activities, and events. See you next time on Connected Colorado.